girl who hasn't got very much money, I spend a lot of it on books. Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I have a book haul for you, which is quite possibly the biggest book haul I've put on this channel to date, which is saying something as we come into the Christmas period when I actually need to be spending money on other people, not on myself, not on books. So I made a pretty big book depository order, and I also had picked up a couple of books from local stores. Yeah, I'll get started. So starting with the books that I just picked up from around my area, I got The Other Side of Summer by Emily Gale. This one I'm kind of excited for because it is an American author, I do believe, but the characters end up in Australia, and I don't really read Australian fiction only because it tends to follow one stream of one genre type of it's hard to explain. I just don't generally enjoy Australian fiction. I've tried a few different ones. I just don't, I don't know, maybe I just haven't found the right one, but I tend to not really enjoy Australian fiction. But it would be nice to see how they depict Australian life and how they depict the Australian landscape. I don't know too much about it. I just know it's about music, it's young adult, and it's set in Australia, which is pretty cool. Around the same time, actually I think at the exact same time I picked up The Other Side of Summer, I picked up It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I've heard so much about. So in my last book haul I picked up Confess by Colleen Hoover because I wanted to get into her writing. A lot of people have said she's an incredible author and that her writing is kind of addictive, which I've actually started reading Confess, and I can attest to I want to read more of her. So I picked this one up. It's her latest one. I've heard that I am going to be absolutely destroyed by this book, but that's totally fine. I'm up for it. I like a bit of destruction through literature, so let's go. Then I picked up these two books around the same time as well. Stealing Snow by Danielle Page, and I'm going to say Trill, the Complete Trilogy. These are both fantasy books that I don't know that much about. I haven't really heard anything about them before. I just really want a good fantasy book. Like, yeah. I was talking with a friend of mine, Julia, and we were sort of discussing like good fantasy books and how we would love to read something, you know, kind of Twilight, Hunger Games-esque, but that there's not much that's really good out there or that is like different. Because yes, there's a lot of vampire fiction, there's a lot of dystopian fiction. Like, I do not disclaim all of those. I know they're there. I go into a bookstore, I can see the entire like shelving of it. But a good gripping fantasy fiction is what we're after, and I have tried a couple, haven't really enjoyed them, and so I thought, why not give these a go? Yeah, I look forward to trilogies. I feel like maybe this might be more what I'm looking for. Stealing Snow is just, I'm gonna guess, sort of a take on Snow White, which is totally fine and has been done many times, but we'll see how it goes. Now onto the book depository order. The first thing that I put into my book order was Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven. So I read All the Bright Places at the start of this year. It was amazing. I've suggested it to like everyone that asks me about a book, that wants a book to read. So I'm really looking forward to Holding Up the Universe. I've heard great things, and I think it's going to be another amazing read. She knows how to grip on your heartstrings. She knows what she's doing, and her characters are incredibly amazing while flawed. I know I've only read one book of hers because this is her second book, but I'm gonna stand by that. I think she's an amazing author, and we'll see how this one goes as well, but I'm pretty damn sure that I'm gonna love it. The next one that I kind of put in is under the same vein of Stealing Snow and the trilogy. It is The Diviners. Magic, sort of illusion stuff, 1920s New York. I'll take it. It's a weighty one. It's quite large, I'm not gonna lie. It's not gonna be the easiest one to carry around. To carry around. But I really just want a good fantasy magical experience. So hopefully one of these 3 books are gonna be that. The last 2 on my list are Our Chemical Hearts by Crystal Sutherland. I haven't heard too much about this one, but again, as always, I love a good young adult, gonna make me cry and bawl my eyes out when I'm reading it type of book. Yeah, this one is actually from a male perspective, which book was it? A Study in Charlotte. A Study in Charlotte is also from a male perspective, which I haven't actually read too much of. It's either from the female perspective or it's a third person, so it's in no one's point. But I believe this one is from a male perspective mostly. Yes. He's also a film buff, which I can personally really relate to. So we'll see. A film buff and a hopeless romantic. Are we describing myself? No, because I'm not really a hopeless romantic, but I am a film buff. Sorry, I'm just reading it, and it actually kind of reminds me of what's the book? Rainbow Rowell, Eleanor and Park. The story might be a little bit like that. Unconventional girl, guy who's a little bit sort of enclosed, yeah. But I think what actually got me was John Green meets Rainbow Rowell in this heartbreaking tale of bittersweet first love. I like both those authors. I like heartbreaking tale of bittersweet love. Hopefully it's good. We'll see when I get to it. Lastly, I have Everything I Never Told You by Celeste. I think it's no. Yeah. This was a New York Times best-selling book a few months back, I do believe, and I was interested in it at the time, but I sort of prioritized getting other books before this one. It's 1970s, main character is called Lydia, and I have just like mass watched Teen Wolf, so that's a bonus. And it's sort of a little bit thrillery, you know, it has a dead body involved, so hopefully it gets a little bit gripping. I'm not too sure about this one. This was like a maybe. I put it in because every time I saw it, I was like, yeah, I want to read that, but then I would prioritize buying other things before this one, and I was like, no, just buy it. But I'm still a little bit unsure of whether I'm going to enjoy it because it is a little bit different to all the other stuff that I have generally been reading. I don't want to say but yeah again, but yeah. Cool, so those were the 8 books that I purchased in the past like month and a half, 2 months kind of thing. Yeah, I'm excited to get through those this summer. Hopefully I'll be able to read a few more. However, it is coming into a busier period and I just got a second job. I don't have much spare time, but we will get there. Okay, that's all from me for today, so thank you for watching if you actually made it through this drib drab of a video, and I will see you next time. Bye. when you just need that massive cup of tea.